There was once a young painter, just 30 years old. He was not famous, not rich, not even recognized in his own little town. But what he did have was passion. His studio, far from perfect. The windows were cracked. The roof leaked whenever it rained. The floor was scattered with old brushes, broken frames, and empty paint bottles. Yet, inside those four walls, he found happiness. Every stroke of his brush felt like a prayer. Every color he mixed carried a piece of his soul. Day after day, night after night, he worked tirelessly, dreaming that one day the world would see the beauty he carried within. Weeks passed. The painter barely ate, barely slept, but his heart was alive. And finally, the day arrived. His masterpiece was complete. He stood back, gazing at the canvas. For a long moment, silence filled the room. Then, slowly, a smile appeared on his tired face. This is my best work. The world will finally know who I am that night. He couldn't sleep, not from exhaustion, but because his heart was racing with excitement. The next morning, he carried the painting to the bustling town square. Children were running, merchants calling out their prices, laughter filling the air. With great care, he placed the painting on display. Beneath it, he left a small note. "Dear friends, if you see any mistakes in my painting, please mark them." He stepped aside and waited. His heart beat faster. Would they admire it? Would they praise it? The crowd gathered. At first, people only whispered. Some chuckled. Then, one person picked up a red chalk and drew a cross. Another followed, and another. By evening, the painting was covered in red marks. Every corner, every detail, every color labeled as wrong. The masterpiece he had poured his life into looked destroyed. The painter's smile vanished. He walked home slowly, carrying the painting on his back. But this time, it felt heavier than ever before, not because of its weight, but because of the burden in his heart. That night, in his dimly lit room, he sat in silence. The lantern flickered weakly. His brushes lay on the ground, untouched. He stared at the painting, once his pride, now a canvas full of wounds. And for the first time, doubt filled his heart. Maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe I was wrong to dream. Maybe art isn't for me. Tears rolled down his cheeks. He had given everything to his work, but in return, he had received only criticism. The sun rose again, but this time, something inside him had changed. He wiped his tears, picked up the painting, and returned to the square. The same busy street, the same people, the same painting, but the note below it was different. It now read, "Dear friends, if you see a mistake in my painting, please correct it." And once again, he stepped aside and waited. Hours passed. People came. They looked. They paused. But no one touched the canvas. One day passed. 2 days. A week. Still, the painting remained untouched. Not a single correction was made. The same people who were so quick to criticize yesterday were now silent when asked to correct. At last, the painter smiled. But this time, it wasn't a smile of pride, it was a smile of wisdom. He turned to the crowd and spoke, "My friends, yesterday you were quick to mark my mistakes, but today, not a single hand came forward to correct them. It is easy, so very easy to criticize, but to create, to correct, to build, that is difficult. Anyone can point out flaws, but very few can make things better." From that day on, the painter carried this lesson in his heart. He no longer feared criticism because he had understood the truth. Never allow criticism to break you. The world will always have critics, but true creators are rare. So if you are creating something, a dream, a vision, a work of art, remember this: you are already ahead of most. And if you can create, you are already a winner.